Oh, I can't believe that. All right, well, I'll start over. I'm going to play some of this. So sorry. All right, you are listening to an episode of Transparency Merit. I am JP. And I thought it would be such a good idea to start a show dealing with reality by showing a trending video off of YouTube. And this was the first one I yanked off of there, and I had no idea what it was about, but it turns out it is all about escaping this reality through, it appears to be heavy drinking and drug use, driving around, and then hopping on his virtual reality device and truly escaping to the three-dimensional digital world, right? I don't know. Bizarre stuff, but I think this is what what the big players are going to promote and push up, like they're doing. Look at this. All right, is this guy in reality right now? So I hear Brian talk a lot about, he'll have his foot, and I'll take this to task with Brian, but I'm just going to make the point here before I bring anyone in. I don't know who I'd take a dookie is, but hold on a second, you'll be let in. So Brian has one foot in, 1 foot out, and that's about what I see with a loser again. Is it choppy still? Is the sound? Let's see. I don't know. I don't know why it's doing that. It sounds fine to me. But all right, I'll take your word for it. Let me check real quick here in this YouTube stream. Maybe I'm just too up on my mic. I'll stand back and let it do its magic. I'm not. I'm streaming from the luxury of my own cozy studio that I have built. And one day I'll give you a tour of the studio. It's actually really coming around nicely. Perfect place to film all kinds of stuff. So there's that. And let's see. No, is it coming in or not? How's my voice? Jerks. Let's see. I'm going to go check out Inflammatory Talk and see. Oh, I mean Transparency America. And do this really quickly. I know, it's so fun. You're so fun. All right. Let's see if I can get a quick test on myself. Oh, get out of here. It's working great. Shut up. All right, people. Get your heads out of your butt. Listen. Brian, yes, this is the hokey pokey. Brian has 1 foot in, he has 1 foot out. He wants to say he sees reality in everything that's fake. And then in his next breath, he will grab a fake story out of thin air. Off the internet, at least. And he'll use that as support. Anyways, I'm not going to get into Brian right now. I'm going to get into the Jew. Is that you, the Jew? I don't know who this is, actually. I said you're the Jew, but I don't know if you are. Maybe you don't want to be unmuted. All right. I'd take a dookie on your desk.
Stop
Okay.
picking bullshit. Stop picking bad music. And that guy rented that
Oh
place
no,
for
that
probably
was the
2 hours.
perfect
He doesn't
song.
live there.
That was the perfect song because I wanted to do a show about how people are escaping this reality and they're choosing things like this virtual reality or whatever
How do you
form
know
of
what reality
escapism.
is?
How do you
How do you know
know?
that you even know what reality is?
There, there is only one reality. There is only one reality. That's the thing. And
That's
I
not
don't why.
true.
Well, I don't know what's coming next. I know what is here now.
Uh-huh.
So what I see in front of me, what I can touch, what I can, all the things. I mean, that is my reality. What I can choose to do, what I choose not to do. I don't know. What do you think reality is?
I think you've taken too much of that psychosilibin crap.
No, I haven't really been messing with the psilocybin a whole lot.
No, I just heard myself in the background and it was very lagged. And you say, "Oh, I hear everything fine." Well, that's great on your end, but you're not streaming properly. Everybody hears crap.
I, I'm hearing. It sounded fine to me. Go ahead.
You need a good sauna.
I will
200
mute myself though
degrees.
when you talk.
200 degrees. That's what awaits me in about an hour and 10 minutes.
200 degrees.
200 degrees
You're going.
Fahrenheit.
You're going to a sauna,
Yeah. My
and
son won't go. He says, "Yeah, I fight too many old men and I fight with all of them." That's not true. I only fight with some of them.
yeah, the sauna is one of my favorite things of all time. It's better than to me.
Is that
It's
right?
better than the jacuzzi.
I do
And
it
I
every day.
always had really good conversations in there because you really don't know how long you're going to be able to take the heat and everything, and then you start talking, and even that's kind of a drag on everything, and so
What are you
when you
talking
talk,
about?
you
I
kind
know
of
how
want
long I'm going to take the
to.
heat.
You never what?
I know how long I can take it.
Well, are you figuring in conversation because that does take some more energy, and if you're trying to stay in the longest you can, I don't know if you stay in the longest, but you stay in what, like 15? Do you try for 15, 20, 30 minutes? What do you do?
Try 40. Try
Oh man,
40.
is that even healthy for you?
My doctor
I
asked me
mean,
that question. He said I should take my blood pressure and my heart rate or something like that. But try 40. You do know that you lose weight in the sauna. I don't know why nobody's told the fat man that.
that what?
If you sit in a sauna, you lose weight. You burn calories, high amount of calories. I'm sorry. Is that too much for you?
I was waiting for you to finish. I guess that was it.
You
Yeah,
burn
you do burn a lot
calories
of
in a
calories.
sauna. Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
People think you don't. They say it's just water weight. I see all these idiots go in there with no water. When my water is done and I take a big bottle, I'm done.
I've heard that after a certain period of time, whether it's 10, I don't know, 10 to 15 minutes or so, then that's when you start when your water weight's starting to really kind of flow. That's when you start to burn more calories as well. So it's a pretty effective way to I don't know, not
Well,
exercise, but
hold on a second. Let's hash that out for a second. Your body is an air conditioner.
indeed.
You go in the sauna. What does it do? It sweats.
It's probably trying to
It's
cool
sweat.
you off. It's opening
That's
your
right.
pores. Yeah,
That's exactly
sweating.
right. So you sweat everywhere. That's why you need to drink
Yes.
more water so you can continue sweating. Dead man wouldn't
Little
sweat.
Nicky, Little Nicky added, having sex in the sauna, you lose double the amount of weight. That seems like,
That depends
see,
on what she looks. That depends on what she looks like. She imagines herself in the sauna, getting impaled from behind.
Howard, you always have to give your 100 when you're having sex. Give me a break. Come on.
Always have to what?
I said you always have to give your 100%. You got to go full effect. It doesn't. What are you talking
It
about?
has
Depends on who
nothing to
you're with.
do with power. It has nothing to do with power. It's called finesse.
No, I'm saying you want to give it your all. That's all I'm saying. It doesn't mean go faster or harder or any of that. It
Give
just
it.
means you want to. You're saying depends on who you're with. I'm saying it doesn't matter who you're with. You got to do it 100%.
It does depend on who you're with.
Absolutely
Present
not.
girlfriend. Present girlfriend likes to get on top, and she likes to grind away, and that makes her happy. And you know what? That makes me happy because really, I could care less what she does.
Disturbing. Should I bring in donning armor? What's up, donning?
I don't even know. I don't even know who that is. Is that a
That's
retard?
he's about to kick your ass. Just relax.
Yeah,
What's
right.
up? Did you want to? I guess not.
I'm
No,
here.
No. Donning armor.
they never do.
You're here. Can you?
You want me to mute my? Can you hear me? Am I audible?
You are audible, and you are on with JP. That's me, and I don't know what you'd like to go by, but I call him Howard.
Uh, I don't know you guys. Come on, help me out.
I, I'm just saying. I'm asking you how you're doing, man. Hello to you. How's your day?
Yeah, it could have been better, but hey, we have up days, we have down days. No big deal.
What does that
Um,
mean?
Now, do
with
you agree that if you're in the sauna, it depends on who you're with, on whether or not you're going to lose double the amount of weight?
It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
It's a good question. Shut up.
It's not a good question. It's stupid.
I'm I'm learning who Dawning is all about. So, hey, relax.
all right.
All
Well,
right, you have fun. I'll make a salad. I'll listen to the
no.
amazing.
Hey,
All right.
I'll sit in the background, and you guys can
All
have
right.
whatever.
No,
We're,
no, no. You
we're gonna
can't
get
make a
you,
salad if
Dawning.
you're in the background.
Dawning, you let me know. I'll pull you out, and then you let me know if when you want to jump in because Howard
Oh,
will
I'm
want to
here,
hear you.
man.
Okay, so Howard, I want to hear more about your take on reality, and do you have an opinion on uh, either Brian's or my takes on reality as they're portrayed here on Transparency and Merit, at least? All right, you're
Transparency
not
and
going to
merit
talk.
is bullshit. I want to make a salad. How many times I got to tell you? You go talk to Donning Armour. Let him tell you all about his life, the ups and downs. Some days good, some days bad. Get that little Nikki to call in, and she's probably 400 pounds, and who knows what. And she's making
Yeah,
all these comments about, oh yeah, I need the best
then
performance.
she maybe
Okay,
that's why she's looking for ways to maximize her weight loss in the sauna. So
well, if she just stands there
whatever.
and
At
holds
least
onto
she's
the
trying.
bench and lets somebody pound her from behind, how much is she going to lose? She's going to lose nothing.
Whatever. So
Right.
we are. Go make your.
When's the last time you
We'll
pounded
make
somebody from
salads.
behind in the sauna?
Go make a salad. Ridiculous. Totally.
Bring her on and let's see what she looks like.
She said she's 388. How dare you? No, she said she's not 400 pounds. All right. Well, there you go. That's Howard, though. That's what Howard's going to do. He's going to say ridiculous things. All right, let me put up my banner here. All right, so yeah, we're just we're looking at a little bit at reality. I don't want to go too far into it because I mean I'm completely blown away at people and their ability to turn a blind eye to what is real and what is part of a fictional reality. How else do you put it, right? How else do you put it? Nikki is full of laughter today. That's good. I like all the laughter. I don't know. Brian likes to talk about what's going on in his life. I thought maybe I'll tell you a little bit about what's going on in mine. I have not missed a beat as far as working, and ever since I left a corporate environment, I've actually been doing a lot better financially. So, and working, I wouldn't say less. I'm working on my own time and a little more efficiently, and been working on the garden. I have a wide array of things in the garden blooming, and there's a point to it. This is probably my 9th year of gardening. So however many seasons that is, we don't have too many seasons in SoCal, but I've expanded that every year, except for one year I really had an amazing garden that tripled my output of any other year. I don't know why, but
am I allowed to?
so hold on 1 second here. And so yes, absolutely though. So right now I have taken on. I've done it for a reason. The gardening is absolutely essential to my lifestyle now, and it doesn't matter where I move. That gardening and that ideas behind it are going to follow me, and they're going to be they're going to factor into a decision on where I end up moving. Because one day I will leave Los Angeles. This place is absolutely trash now. I cannot wait to get out of here. But the things I've learned, those are all going to come with me. But the gardening is so essential because every time I take a bite of something I grow from my garden, I feel like I'm that one bite closer to detaching from a system that is in complete chaos in my view. I think we're going into this kind of different place in our realities where it might not be as easy for people to get their shopping done, and I think neighborhoods are going to have to react, and they're going to have to respond to what people want. And I think there's going to be more opportunities for people to get involved in gardening, for example, in their neighborhoods. I think that's permaculture, as opposed to big agriculture, is going to start becoming far more respected again. For some reason, somehow it lost its respect, I guess. So yeah. Anyways, that's a little bit there. Dunning, where are you at? Because I don't know where. I don't know. I can go on forever talking about my stuff. Are you
I'm
here?
from the audience, brother.
Hey.
Yeah,
Welcome.
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you perfectly. I'm from the Inland Empire.
Oh, nice. So you know about gardening. I mean, there's a lot of farming out that way, right?
There is, yes, absolutely. And I don't know this Nikki person very well. Um, I just kind of think that maybe her hand is so fat and her arms so heavy that she probably just scrolled those emoji faces across the screen in an attempt to lift her gigantic. Certainly, she's got to be at least pushing 350.
She's got
It's not.
hieroglyphic. Uh, she's got hieroglyphic keys on her keyboard, so she really just has to shift her body left and right in a sort of balancing act. She just hovers her big arms over the keyboard, and she can just land. It's called Columbus typing. When she discovers the right area, she lands on it, and then boom, and then she comes up with these messages. So I'm not sure what to trust, but she says gardening is very therapeutic.
Yeah, certainly. If she's right-handed, just waddle to the left. Waddle to the left, and that's a way of typing for extremely obese people.
That took no time at all, did it?
That took no time at all for you to get undressed.
I'm wearing a shirt
So
because I'm sitting in 80 degrees. That took no time at all, though, for this guy to attack whoever. You don't even know who she is.
no, it took no, he went right into it. Nikki, I don't know who you are, but I'm glad that you're in the show. In the chat room there, you're more than welcome to call in. I'm gonna provide a link. If any of these idiots say anything, I'm kidding. Relax, guy. Relax. See you looking. You can call in and you can argue, or you can come in and make a point if you want. There's the link.
Stupid.
And so yeah. Anyway, so you made a salad.
I made
What
a
kind of salad did you make?
No tuna in it yet, though.
No tuna?
No tuna.
Your show has lasted about 3 times longer than Brian's show, and I like Brian.
Yeah.
I actually think that he's a very decent individual. I don't agree with him on everything. However,
Uh-huh.
I don't know how you're going to make. If you're going to make a short, make a short. It's not a big deal, but he seems to. It cheats the people in chat. It you tell them that there's going to be a show on transparency and merit, and then it essentially comes down to, hello, I hope everybody's doing well. I'm stoic. Goodbye, everybody. And then the show's over. What's up with that?
This guy's on
Well,
drugs.
all you have to do is look at the marquee. It says transparency and merit. The only difference is Brian is not here. He's gone to bed. So you called in, and you should probably be present at this show instead of the last show. Brian will do what he wants to do,
An idiot.
and he may be an idiot. He may not be. He may surprise you. He may be a genius. I don't know.
No, I don't think he's an idiot at all. I actually agree with many of the things that he says. You, JP, I'm not so sure of, but we've just met, so this should be interesting.
Okay, and that's true. We're going to keep it interesting. Nikki is so fat she cannot talk. I'm sorry. It seems like maybe there's been an avalanche where her cheeks have slammed her mouth shut for the night. I'm not sure. But I do wish you well, and yeah, come back. Hang out with us, but maybe next time when. If you sleep on your back too, sometimes the fat will slide out of your cheeks and back into your head. So that might be good. But yeah, come back and talk with us again. But yeah, that's I don't go into a lot of those areas Brian does because I just don't see the world in black and white. I just don't do it, but he does, and that's something you'll have to take up with him, I guess. I've been taking it up with him for a long time. Yeah.
He doesn't agree with me. Obviously, when it comes to racial issues, can I ask you where you see me being when it comes to racial topics?
You're asking me how I see you, or how I am?
Well, how are you? Like, how do we relate when it comes to topics of race?
Personally, I enjoy making friends. I started at a friendship level or at work with making relationships in whatever capacity that is. And I'm more worried, about achieving what I need to do at work to care about, who's providing me the information. It's either wrong or right. It's either helpful or not. It's either well thought out and researched or it's not. And it doesn't matter to me if it's, it doesn't happen more if it's a certain kind of individual. So I don't know. In friendship too, I guess most of my friends, geez, you've been all over the place.
He has no black friends.
I know I do, absolutely. But
Um,
not a lot. But I've never had issues. I've always had black friends. I've always had Asian friends. I haven't had too many close Hispanic Mexican friends. Even though I live in SoCal, I've known a lot. I've had a lot more working relationships with Hispanic, Latin,
Because
Mexican,
black
whatever you
people
say.
are predominantly stupid.
Listen, you live in Southern California. I live in Southern California. Of course, you have more Hispanic friends. That's a given.
True. Well, more working relationships than friends, though. And not too many in terms of close friends. Close friends, I have almost everything else, but no Mex. Maybe there's one or two in there. Who knows? But yeah, it's part of California living for sure. But
All right, this ain't
now
my first rodeo.
the Jew.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
Yeah. No, I'm trying to answer your question, and I'm not sure. I don't really like the group. I'm not part of any group, and I'm not a big fan of groups because the likelihood of those groups getting infiltrated is it's unstoppable, and it happens in every group. And so groups tend to get undermined pretty quickly, in my view. So I never wanted to be part of a group, or I passed up any chance. The closest I came to being part of a group was, to either play music or sports, and I ended up playing a lot more sports over time. But anyways, I don't know. I don't know how to answer that, but I'm sure if we keep talking and there's an opportunity that comes up that deals with race, I'm sure I'll be able to explain it away a little better.
Okay.
Howard, how are you?
Let's ask
Go
this
ahead.
question. Which race is more likely to commit homicides per
Black
capita?
people.
Somebody, right?
This
Okay,
guy
so
thinks he's smart.
Howard said that. I don't agree with that. Yeah, I don't agree with Howard, though.
You don't agree with that.
I don't agree with it. It's nonsense.
American blacks.
I think it's a
Blacks are the
socioeconomic problem.
Oh, hold on. American blacks are the biggest murderers in the world.
I've never met one. Well, I shouldn't say I have. I've never. I haven't seen it firsthand. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so do you have to? You have to see it firsthand?
Do I have to? Well, for me to accept something and report on it fairly, I try not to report things that I see in the news and from what I hear from people. But if I see it, I just try not to bear false witness, and it's hard for me to think on the fly sometimes that quickly to be able to make something up or to really process.
A uniform crime report from the FBI is not bearing false witness.
Mm-hmm. I don't, and I haven't seen it, but I'm sure if I looked at some of the statistics, I might, I wouldn't call
They're
it bullshit on the face of it. I would take a look at the statistics. I don't know. What are the statistics? Can somebody tell me what the statistics are, if any?
Something to the effect of 51% of homicides in the United States are committed by 3% of black people. But, that's only FBI statistics. I guess you haven't experienced it. So, I mean, do you really think that this is an honest way to go about things?
Howard, answer that.
He asked you, not me.
I know, but I was answering the fat chick. Sorry. Go ahead.
Listen, Her hand is still stuck on the smiley face emoji button, so she has nothing to say. She's probably trying to pry her lard arm off of the pry it from the keyboards. Leave her alone. Leave her out of this. I'm asking
Yeah.
you right
All
now.
right, this guy
Look,
is not a fast thinker.
The
Somebody
the
needs to either speed him up, or I got to play him on record
the
and
FBI
speed up
statistics
YouTube.
the FBI statistics clearly indicate that the vast majority, in fact, the majority of homicides are committed by about 3% of blacks. And that is carried over across the Western world. It's not just in the United States. It's also in the United Kingdom. It's also in every other Western nation across the planet. Now, does this mean anything?
now, were you talking to Howard or me?
I'm talking to you,
I'm,
sir.
I'm
JP.
so I'm so sorry. Could you paraphrase maybe and just tell me what the question was? I'm so sorry, man.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm going to leave the fat girl and I'm going to listen to you. I'm going to dedicate my. I'm very sorry about that. Go ahead.
Put the obese big mama to the side for a second. Okay.
Yes,
This is, I will
I have.
make it concise. Black people are more responsible for homicides all across the Western world, period. Why?
Okay. I don't know that to be true. I mean, you're telling me this, but I don't know if that's Howard. Is that true? I I'd have to fact check you on that. And
I don't
specifically
think
what you're
that's
talking
true worldwide. I think that's true in America. I don't think it's true worldwide. However, most of the murders around the world outside the United States are done by Muslims.
No, I didn't say worldwide. I said across the Western world.
Why don't you give me the boundaries for the Western world?
Sure, certainly. Europe, Canada, United States, New Zealand, Australia.
And that's not around the world.
No, that's the Western world.
That's not around the world.
No, that wouldn't be around the world.
You didn't just go around the world when you named off all those
No,
countries.
because I left out Nigeria, Nicaragua, and South America, Africa, Asia. I left out all those places. In the Western world,
What kind of
virtually,
medication do you take daily?
I haven't taken medication for quite some time. Around
What
the
kind of
Western,
medication are you supposed to be
why
taking daily?
do am I wrong or am I right?
Well,
Well,
again, you can't be both. So your question is a little bit illogical.
my question isn't illogical. Across the Western world, blacks are responsible for the most amount of homicides everywhere in
Really?
virtually every country.
Show me the statistics for England.
Okay, let me just bring them up because I've got them up my ass right now. Just give me a second. I just have to pull them.
You
We're
gonna
going to
bring
wait
them
while
up, or
you get them out of your
you're
butt.
gonna bring them down?
Yeah, yeah. Download those from your ass.
I don't have to do anything. Your audience can look them up themselves.
No, you're the one that made the claim, so you provide the information.
Yes, and some are too fat to research.
Yeah. And I'm not going to provide it. You can look it up, Mr. Smarty Pants.
Are you autistic?
Yes. Oh, you're trying to
Awesome.
dawning.
I'm hearing autism.
Okay, possibly. It still doesn't change the fact that blacks across the Western world are typically
You
responsible.
haven't established that fact yet.
Are you talking over me?
You haven't established that fact yet.
Yes.
No, I made the claim, and if you can disprove me, disprove me. I'm not going to provide statistics.
Well,
Everybody,
it's not up to me to disprove you. You made the claim. I
everybody.
said where my source comes from the FBI Uniform Crime Report. They call it the UCR.
Yeah, that's
Where's
for the
your
United.
source? Where's
That's
your source for New Zealand?
that's the United States of America.
That's correct. That's where the
Yes,
FBI is.
that is
Where's
correct.
your source for New Zealand?
Go look it up. I don't have a source
Not go look it up. What are you, 5 years old? You just claimed that New Zealand has a preponderance of black people committing crimes.
you asked
What's
me
your
what
source?
you
What's
asked
your
me
source?
what the Western world was and what my criteria for
No,
it
what
was.
is
And
your source?
I listed various nations and continents
With no
across the.
source.
I don't have a source. I've already told you this, sir.
Well, then how do you list anything with no source?
Because I fucking do. That's what I do.
No, I'm sorry. That's not an answer.
If you don't like it, then don't believe it. But you can look it up just as well as anybody else can.
That's
Look up
true.
what? Where would I look?
Well, you know how to look up the FBI statistics for the United States of America, correct?
That's exactly right. I asked you what is the source
No,
of
I
that
asked you, you know how
information
to
from
look up
New Zealand.
you know how to look up the FBI statistics in the
But
United
I don't know
States.
how to look it up in New Zealand, and you just made
Okay,
the claim
well
about
then
New
maybe you
Zealand.
can figure it out.
So why
All
don't
right,
you tell
ladies.
me
All
where
right,
you
ladies.
got it from?
No, you look it up. It's not my job to hold your hand through all of this. It's true in the United States, it's true in New Zealand, it's true in Australia, true in Canada, true
Well,
in
you say
Europe.
so. That doesn't make it true. But
No, you can
you're
look it up,
completely out
and
of your
so can
element.
everybody else listening to this conversation, can't they? They could look
You
it
are
up too.
completely out of your element, and you have no idea the trap you are putting your head into.
Okay, well, everybody out there who's interested can look it up for themselves. And
Why is your
so can you,
voice going up a little bit, like a bit of an octave there?
because
Why
this
did
is
your
a
voice?
ridiculous conversation.
Why did the pitch of your voice go up?
I don't know, because sometimes my voice changes.
Yeah, Howard, can you please stay on topic?
I don't know why this guy is talking to me like this. JP?
Sir, I've got your keys, sir.
Look it up. If it's wrong, then call me on it. But you're not
I
calling me on it.
I just did
Not
call you on it.
you're not willing to look it up. If you want to look it up, then look it up.
I don't. Can we
I called
just move on,
shenanigans
Howard?
on
Just
you
move on.
completely.
You don't. Okay, whatever. Next, can we move
I
on?
call shenanigans on this guy. He's a
Me
phony.
too.
All right, that's fine. Maybe black British people are just way more peaceful than black American people.
They are. They are.
Oh yeah, that's why London had more murders uh, last year or the year before that than New York City. Maybe that's why, because they're just much more peaceful, stabbing deaths. But hey, what do I know? You're being a
That's what I
fool.
asked. That's what I asked. What
If
do you
you
think?
want to ask like why I think that they're more violent, then I can talk about that. That I can actually talk about.
Okay,
But
well,
I'm
pull
telling you, I feel like I'm
give us your
talking to
best
Dr.
why.
Bristle.
to pull statistics from various nations around the world. No, I'm not that smart. I don't have those things in my head. I don't
Is
have
that
the
Dr. Bristle with a voice changer?
Remind me. Are you
Excuse me?
Dr. B? Dunning,
What?
are you Dr. B?
Whoever that is, yes, I am absolute. Is he a good guy or a bad guy?
I guess I don't think that's something that Dr. B would ask. So I don't think it's him.
I don't
Dr. B
know.
is lacking that self-introspective position.
What I'm saying, what I will say, and then he's going to ask me to cite my sources and reveal studies, biological studies on different race ethnicities, and I don't have that information either. I'm not a
You
smart
talk
man. I'm
like
just a regular
you
dude.
speak like somebody with Asperger's. Do you have Asperger's?
Perhaps I do, sir. You have asshole.
Have you taken any medication for your Asperger's?
No, I do not take medication.
Perhaps you should.
Yes, perhaps I should. But the fact of the matter is, I
Has a
can.
doctor ever prescribed
Oh my
lithium for you?
goodness gracious! You're just gonna talk over me all the fucking time. Then
Has
go.
a
Stop it,
doctor ever
Howard.
prescribed
Seriously, stop
lithium?
it.
Hey,
Come on.
anybody can look
Mind
it
your
up. They
business.
can see. They can see per capita who has the uh, highest rate of homicide, highest rate of murder, all across the Western world. Don't take my word for it. You, Howard, you,
Was it a
JP, and
Western world? New Zealand?
anybody else listening in the audience, you can look it up for yourselves if you don't believe me. In
Yes.
fact, I encourage you to look it up for yourself. But
Can you
Like
bring on the kings of talk so I can have a rational conversation with somebody?
go for it, sir.
that's low. That's very low.
Go for it.
Well, we got what we got here, and this is good. So
Yeah. Have you had a video made of yourself in a chair?
I've had a video made of myself and your mom.
In my mom? How recent?
Jesus, isn't she dead? Just let her rest in
How
peace.
recent?
Jesus,
How
Howard.
recent was that?
That's such
Was
a
that
dumb
in my mom?
question. That's such a
Did I,
ridiculous question. Just stop.
did I make a joke about his dead mother? That's fucked up. I'm sorry, dude. And I'm sure she was a wonderful woman. I apologize.
No, actually, she wasn't a wonderful woman. She was
No,
horrible.
Okay. But then we have something in common.
nothing
She
can
should drop
release
dead.
you as a spawn.
She should drop dead, except she's already dead, so no chance of that.
Well, hopefully she found peace in the end, and I
I
hope that
hope
you
so.
do as well.
I'm sorry. Hopefully, she what?
I hope
Hopefully
she found.
you found peace in the end, and I hope that you do as well.
You just said you were in my mother. What kind of peace do you want?
Oh, you're talking
You
shit.
obviously want a piece of my mother, which is very strange.
Well, I mean, how long ago did she die? Because I might still dig her up and fuck
Well,
her.
listen, I'm not going to do your homework for you. You figure that out.
Well, if you can't provide,
Man.
if you can't provide statistics, sir, then I don't know if I believe what your mother did. She, for all I know, she might be alive. How do you like it when somebody asks stupid questions?
You claimed you were in her. You should know more than me.
That was very brief. I didn't
I'm
have enough
sorry.
time to take measurements and testing.
Are you a premature ejaculator?
Only with your mother.
Again. So there you go. So tell me all about her.
Howard, dirty
Where's
wipe.
this conversation going?
Are you a dirty wiper?
You can look up what I said, and if what I said was wrong, then get back
Are
to me.
you a dirty wiper?
My dirty wiper. I don't know what a
Yes.
dirty wiper is, sir.
Do you use toilet paper?
I use a combination of toilet paper as well as what's the thing that squirts water up your butt?
It's called
So
a
you're a
bidet.
dirty. So you admit to being a dirty wiper.
Well, I don't know. I think that could be a clean wiper because I use a bidet and I also use toilet paper in
What's the name of your
combination.
bidet? What's the name of it?
There's so many makers of bidet. Who cares? Come on. Jeez.
Howard, I like you already.
Provide me the serial number of your bidet, please.
Okay, I can look it up for you and I'll send it to you. And I'll send you also the statistical analysis from various groups of each and every fucking white Western world country and their murder statistics. I'll send you all of it. I mean, shut up, bro.
Is South Africa a white country or a black country?
I believe there's various countries in South Africa, and Many of them would be white. Some
So
of them I would.
name me some of the countries in South Africa, if you
I
would,
can't.
please.
I can't.
Just one. Name me one country in South Africa.
I can't.
Not even one.
No, not even one. Not even
Just
half of.
one country in South Africa. Tell me.
Not even half of one. I'm telling you. I told you.
Well, I don't know if you know this. You think, and JP is sitting here going, "Well, that's a trick question." There is a country inside South Africa. It's
I
not a
did not
trick
know.
question. However, tell me how many countries are there in South Africa?
I could not tell you, sir.
Do you know where South Africa is? Is it north, south, east, or west in Africa? And by the way, that's a trick question. So before you answer, think about it.
No, I'm not going to
Hardly.
think about it. South Africa.
Is South Africa south, north, east, or west in Africa?
Norway?
No, South Africa. East, west, north, or south?
Yeah, I think it's probably.
So there's.
It's in Quebec.
Shut up, JP.
So
It's in Quebec.
let me just see this: Angola, Botswana, Lesotho, Malawi.
All right, look,
Mozambique.
I am
This is
I am now certain that you are Dr. Bristle.
he does give the Dr. B thing.
With
I
a
can see
voice
why you're
changer.
Isn't South Africa in Quebec?
Well, no.
Is that Gigi with a voice changer? What do you think?
No. I wouldn't be surprised though if like there was something more going on there. Is Johannesburg is the largest city, I think, in South Africa.
Yeah, I want to know the South
I don't
African
know
countries. He
countries.
told me there's.
Yes, no.
He
What
said
you
there's
want,
more.
what you want to do, not what you want to know. What you want to do is argument from ignorance. It's a fallacious argument. I don't give a shit how many countries are in South Africa, and I cannot name their capitals, and I don't give a fuck. But what I'm saying is that African people, blacks, are responsible for a higher crime rate, a higher murder rate across the Western world,
No.
virtually
No.
everywhere. Virtually
It's
everywhere.
true in America. It's not true in Africa.
Oh, it's true in England. It's true in Ireland. It's true in Scotland.
Oh, you're backtracking. I can hear the pedaling going backwards.
Oh,
I
there's
hear that chain slapping the side
no pedaling
of
here.
the bike. No, backpedaling. You're
Where
backpedaling.
are your statistics that show that they don't have a higher per capita rate of murder in every
I'm
country?
not the one that made the claim. You are. You're the
No,
one that needs to
where
provide
is
the.
your evidence, sir? How do you like it?
I
How do
didn't
you like
present the evidence. You did.
Show me a country in the Western world where black people have a lower per capita murder rate than other races in that country.
Well, which particular races are you talking about?
Well, how many are there?
Which country?
We're obviously talking about black and white.
Are you having problems following along?
Have you shown
Yes.
me? Show me the
I'll be
statistics.
honest. I totally
Do
lost.
you need
but go on.
somebody to be your advocate?
No, I need somebody to be my counselor. But where are they?
That would be
If you can't show them to me, then I can't show them to you. And sounds like an even score as far as I'm concerned.
Why do you sound like you're on the verge of
You
crying?
can check with me off air anytime. You can check with me anytime offline.
Why do you sound like you're on the verge of crying? Are you?
I've been crying for the past 30 minutes, sir.
Yes, I have no doubt about that.
Yes, I'm hurting inside.
Are you?
Very much so.
What's inside you?
Howard, we are here to end the pain. We're not creating pain tonight, Howard.
Anything else?
I'm waiting for you.
No, I'm waiting for you to provide the statistics and the stats that show that black people are less likely per capita to commit homicides in
See, I think
various
everything you say
countries in
is
the Western
bullshit.
world, but you're not willing to do that, are you?
I think everything you say is bullshit. If you had a
You
bidet,
you
you wouldn't
expect
use
me
toilet
to.
paper.
You expect me
You
to.
wouldn't be a
You're not
dirty wiper.
willing
You wouldn't be a dirty wiper if you had a bidet.
to. I have a bidet. You want me to see me use it?
Yeah, but take a video.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead and put your head in the toilet so I can take a shit on your forehead.
On the show.
I heard a
Let's
bit of
keep on.
elation.
Let's keep it
I
on.
heard a bit of elation when you said that. Did you feel powerful?
Okay, Howard, you're gonna make this a lot worse.
All right. Well, you take care of him while I make finish my salad.
Yeah, go finish your salad, brother. Come back anytime.
Go finish your salad. All right. So where were we with
I have
all
no
of this?
idea.
Who cares? Can we move on from South Africa? Um, Getting back to race. So I had an incident recently where I was involved, and I won't get into it too much, but I was involved in an altercation with a white guy, and it was violent. I was attacked, and so Brian discounts these sort of stories. I mean, those are the anomalies that
You think it was a white
I
guy? It
usually
was an
identify.
albino black man.
Okay, you're on timeout now. Good job. Jeez. This guy came out of nowhere, and whatever, and so it was a violent thing. But so Brian points to a lot of stories, and a lot of times I'll say to him, it sounds either like an anomaly or a hoax story or something like that. Um, but where are you at when it comes to black on white crime and violence, and
Uh,
white on white?
Black. When it comes to
You get them equal time.
yeah, no, it's okay. When it comes to interracial crime across the Western world, blacks are far more likely to attack people of other ethnicities. Um, with that said, I the vast majority of fights that I've been in have been white on white or white versus uh, Latinos. I've only ever fought. Excuse me, I apologize. I've only fought a couple black people in my life.
My condolences to you. No, so what happened? What was the outcome of those fights?
Some I won, some I lost. Yeah. I'm not.
All
I'm not.
right.
Are you shitting me? You're the therapist here. The outcome was clearly brain damage.
Clearly, I think somebody should. No, I can't say that because that would be no. Hey, you take a kick or a punch to the head. Sometimes it can right your wrongs and set you straight, and sometimes it can give you brain damage. But most of my
Howard,
have been between me and other white.
Oh, listen, I was across the room when he said that. Listen, dirty wiper, I'm opting for the brain damage
yes,
side. Go get yourself worked up by a competent doctor.
No, you're definitely for the brain damage side, bro.
I'm offering
Exactly.
for
I
Donnie
just
anytime.
said that.
Reach out and we will talk anytime. So, anyways, yeah. Can we move on from this horrible issue? I don't know who brought it up.
It's all good, man. Go for it. It's your show.
I'm really bad at facilitating conversations about race, though. So, you know what? Let's talk about something else.
Well, what would you like to talk about, sir?
Howard.
Right. You got a one trick pony here.
I personally,
you better ride him good.
hey, I want you relax. I want to know
Some,
more
somebody's
about these Korean trannies. Wait, I want to hear more about the Korean trannies that you're dating. I mean, the Taiwanese or Thailand trannies.
Howard.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is that not a thing? Oh my God. How do you have any? Do you have a new girlfriend?
I'm assuming that you're asking Howard.
I guess
don't know.
Howard's. Well, Howard is a bit of a player out there in Thailand. It's pretty, it's pretty interesting
I'm
thing
eating
he's got going
watermelon,
on there.
JP. Just remember that watermelon is a
It's
racist fruit.
disgusting. Shut up.
Ban watermelon.
That is so racist. I don't actually. I had watermelon tonight too. I don't know. I don't know what that means. Was there like a late
Ban
season for
watermelon. I bought
watermelons
the
or something?
domain. I bought the domain. Ban watermelon.
Why would you buy that? That's horrible. What? Why would
Because
you
I want to get
ban
people to get on
watermelon?
board banning watermelon. What are you talking about? Why would I do that?
There should be watermelons everywhere.
The Japanese love watermelon. They grow them square.
That's something to
Is
grow
there
on.
any response here, Howard, or what's going on? Because I don't, I don't know
There is.
what's happening.
It took me. I had to process the square watermelon. I've never seen one. Did you know that when you envision a banana growing, how do you envision the banana growing? Like, what does it look like? Dawning, I'll ask you.
I don't need to envision bananas growing, JP. I take Cialis. I
Shut
can
up.
fuck on demand.
I asked Dawning.
You're asking me
Right.
what do I envision when I envision a banana?
Yes. How does it grow? Does it grow up? Does it grow down? Does it grow left, right?
It depends. If Howard's mother has makeup on, it grows straight. It's protrusive. If she doesn't, then anything can happen.
That's right, little Nikki. Bananas grow upside down. They actually grow up. Did you fucking know that? I didn't know that. Some people will say that that's a Mandela effect, but I think the Mandela effect is kind of just magic. What do you think about Mandela effects, Dawning? Just magic.
I don't know.
In my view.
I don't know what Mandelas are, but I did not know. You said that bananas grow upwards?
You heard me. Upside down, dude.
I don't understand. And I had a banana tree, but it didn't produce any bananas. So I'm sorry. I can't actually help you there.
So you're a failure on growing bananas.
Yes, it blew over. We get very fierce winds over here, and unfortunately, we didn't develop any bananas. So I don't know, man. Your guess is as good as mine.
I don't have to guess because I know they grow upside down, and it's crazy. Anyways, so
give me the statistical analysis of how bananas grow.
So Howard, yeah, I know. It's just bizarre.
I'm finishing.
Howard,
I'm
did
finishing
you know
my
that?
watermelon. I want watermelon banned. It's a racist fruit.
What do you mean it's racist? How is it racist?
Do you eat watermelon?
Yeah, I love watermelon.
Well, then you're a racist.
Listen, watermelon, it's an invasive species, and it kills. Although our plant
Try
species
fart
really,
sounds in the background when this guy's talking. I want to see if it helps.
our species of watermelon. Okay, I'm sorry. Thanks.
What?
No,
I'm sorry. Go
can
ahead.
you
I
guys
say that again. I didn't hear you.
can you hear me?
Yeah,
Three
you're good
percent of
now. Yeah.
watermelon species commit 51% of the deaths of other indigenous plants. That's just a fact across the Western world.
Got me on that one. No idea. Uh, perfect. Howard, do you have anything else to say? We're at an hour. I can't believe it's an hour, actually. I'm in shock.
Let's
Woo!
let's go another two, man. Let's go another 2 hours, bro.
Well, I can keep going if you have something to talk about. You have something you want to get into,
Well, you're
Mr.
the
It's
host.
the
Domine?
worst.
You
It's the
provide the
worst
topic.
troll ever. I think Midnight Movie could troll better
Don't
than
pull
this
that.
guy.
I'm a host. Yeah, yeah. I'm just saying because you have a lot to say about race. I'm curious. What else? Like what will help you get a better idea of how I am out in the public? Out in this in the world.
What would get me to know you better is to hear more about you, probably on a one versus one conversation, not a debate, not any of this nonsense, not going back and forth. Just
Oh,
understanding.
come on. JP's the most shallow individual ever. You can get to know him in 5 minutes.
Totally.
No, I've known him for longer than 5 minutes, but I still don't feel that I know the man. He seems like a decent dude, but
Mhm.
it's not enough time for
I've
you to
met-
get some individual. That's ridiculous.
He's a schnorrer.
No,
so,
he doesn't seem to
so-
be. For
no, I'm not sure. I am not a schmuck. So a lot of people would have asked me about this. If it comes down to it, I would usually describe myself as so. Brian would go under this kind of umbrella thing of stoic, or he wants to be a stoic. He's striving for that. Well, I strive to be a peaceable man. Peaceable man. So when Brian says something like, "I really want to step outside and live in a civil society," and that just he's like telling you right there that he's willing to be subject to Roman rule, whatever that is.
Oh, yeah. Good luck
And
with
so
that.
I just think, yeah, it's a little heavy for Brian.
I don't strive to be
It's a little
stoic.
heavy for a lot of people.
I strive to upset people.
You suck at it,
well,
plain and simple.
if you, JP, were to take a position, I could respond to that. Let me just okay,
Okay,
not to bring the
I
whole
was
conversation back
I
to
was
the
going to
topic.
I was I was about to make a point, and this jackass started talking.
No,
So I
go
would
for
say
it.
I'm peaceable, and I think it would behoove Brian for him to say, instead of going out to a civil society, to go out to a nation that is striving for peace, a peaceful nation. I think that's more the word that Brian should adopt. But I haven't even talked to him about this. I just kind of thought of it, and it seems to me, being in a peaceful nation, or a nation that describes itself as such, then I think that would breed a little bit more of a balance.
May I ask
I
you?
don't know if that makes sense. Yeah.
No. That's you're striving for a peaceful society. There's nothing wrong with that. It's a beautiful thing. I do the
Well,
same.
yeah.
What I would like to ask you is, do you think multiculturalism helps us reach a peaceful nation or civilization?
See, like if I just went outside and I was with somebody and I was engaged in a conversation and we were looking at each other in our eyes and we we knew it. We kind of had a little bit of a plan for the day, and we start walking down the street, and in that process, there's a guy in a wheelchair that rolls by me, and there's a mixed couple that comes up and walks by us, and there's a bald guy, and there's a fat man, and there's a Mexican, and all these people are going to start walking by us. And I mean, none of that phases me ever. The only time something phases me is when somebody jumps out of a corner somewhere and throws me to the fucking ground. Like, to me, that's what I would worry about, right? So in my experience, it's only happened. I mean, it hasn't happened with other races. I've never been jumped by some other race or had any weird. I mean, I've had like run-ins with people, and that may be kind of there was some kind of tension or argument that may have been rooted in race, but I'm kind of blind to it sometimes. I think it's kind of sometimes people. It'd be nice for people to point shit out like that to me. If they had like some sort of detector or radar that went off and like, where, danger, racist abound.
Okay, let me just ask you, and I'll give you the Jesse Jackson test. All right, he's a black man.
Yes.
If you're walking down the street and you hear footsteps coming up behind you, a large group of men, would you rather them be black, white, or Asian?
Are you kidding me with the question? What the hell is wrong with you?
Indigenous pygmies from Australia, 4 foot tall.
I asked you the question. Jesse Jackson answered the question. He answered it decades ago.
Oh,
if he heard footsteps coming up behind him, and he turned around and saw that there were a particular group of people.
I want to see a bunch of Oompa Loompas.
He said that he would feel less than another ethnic group. So what would you rather have coming up behind you on a dark night walking down the street? Would you rather have which ethnicity? Please tell us.
I don't know. I really don't know. But it really wouldn't matter to me. I would hope maybe
at very least hookers.
Well, that's
I would hope it's somebody that I would hope it's somebody that I cannot communicate. Either they're deaf, or they're mute, or they speak German, or and so to me that's a perfect, just be something different. It's cool.
Well, that's
just continue on.
Not Jesse Lee Peters. Jesse Jackson is a black man, and he said he was tired of feeling fear if it was black people approaching him rather than white people. Even he could see it, but you can't. And I find that to be fascinating. I think that's been built into you. Over the course of your entire life, you've been told that
white. He only wants white people so he can see them in the dark. What's wrong with you?
Excuse me?
Can you repeat that, Howard? It was a little cryptic.
No.
Well, there you go.
Move on.
So, if even black people can see the fact that black people tend to be more violent, and I'm not saying that black people are terrible, evil, and need to be destroyed. I have had many black friends, and I love them, and I wish them well. But the
name two black friends. Name their names right now. Hurry up!
Okay.
Name them.
Yes. Name them. Raymond, Rashad.
What are their names?
Raymond, Rashad. There's two. Okay.
So you made up the Raymond. You just lied.
I thought he made up Rashad. That's funny.
No.
No. Raymond gave me a do-rag. No, Raymond gave me a do-rag because I grew up. Excuse me. Raymond gave me a do-rag. He bought it for me. He was a friend of mine, a colleague. I work with him. We were cool. Rashad, I gave him my Bible because he didn't have a Bible, and I won't tell you the I don't need to tell you what happened in that circumstance. There's also Cordell. I went to Cordell's house. He invited me over. There's also Jamal. Hung out with him. He was a cool dude. My homie called him a bad word, and I reprimanded him. So these people that think that I'm just some kind of I hate black people. No, you can go, suck a duck. I've known many black people. My best friend happens to be a Mexican. I know people of all walks of life, and I have nothing against them. That's not where I come from. I don't come out of hatred. I come out of love for my own people. And if anybody has a problem with it, well, then you got a problem. And that's just the way it is.
Say what?
I said I'm going to stop listening to Dennis Prager just so I can listen to this guy.
Yeah.
I'm whatever you assume me to be, chances are you're probably wrong. So I don't have hatred for other groups. I have love for my kind, and my kind happens to be white. And I'm not going to shy away from that ever. And Howard, bring me the statistics. When you bring me the statistics, I'll bring you the statistics. Otherwise, shut up. Everybody sees the same thing. We can all see it on every single YouTube video and every news report. So I'm not here to provide them. I don't need to.
So,
Everybody
so
sees it.
Donnie,
And if
so
you live
Donnie,
in, yes, sir.
Donnie, yeah, I'm sorry. I felt that you were falling in love with your own voice again. Um, I, if you wanted another way you could describe me, rate as far as how I deal with things, issues of race, I'd also consider myself a pacifist. Howard, spell it quickly. Pacifist. Don't look it up. Don't Google it. No Google. Whatever. Anyways, yeah, I
What does
would
this
describe
have to do
myself
with
as a
anything?
pacifist.
I don't understand what your questioning
Well,
is. I don't know you. I'm just saying,
right.
like, you guys
Well,
call me
would
a racist and a terrible person, but you don't know me. I don't know you. So get over it, homie.
no, I'm not. I'm not. I don't think you're a racist. I don't find you to be. I haven't really heard you say anything racist tonight. Actually, Howard said more racist things than you have. I'm just saying when I enter into any sort of dispute, disagreement, argument, contract, uh, whatever it is, I bring this idea of pacifism with me because at the root of it, war and violence are unjustifiable, as the definition says. Um, and so for me to disagree with somebody is one thing, but in order to hate them, and some people do hate over very dumb reasons, um, or even to dislike somebody because they're black, let's say, or whatever they are. It's the last thing on my mind is violence um, or escalating a situation that could be handled right then and there. So, anyways, that was just my point. Pacifist.
I'm a pacifist as well. There's a time for
Started this.
pacifism, and then there's a time for action. And where you draw the line is where you draw the line. I have hatred for
Okay.
no one, no group of people, but I understand that white people are under attack, and we're the ones that are meant to hate ourselves. And that's where I draw the line, because white people should love each other, and our cultures should be preserved. This is a simple concept. I
How
don't make it
long is that
difficult.
line that you're drawing?
I don't understand the question.
Me either.
Can I get you to not identify yourself as white? Could you, for the next couple of weeks, identify yourself as black, please? Because you're not doing white people any good.
You can't get me to not identify myself as white because I am white. In fact, I'm super white. I'm about as white can be. I'm white as the driven snow, and I love it. I love
What's
my people.
driving the snow?
It's an expression. What are you talking about?
Why would you drive snow?
I'm not driving the snow. The snow is driven.
You just said white is driven snow. Why would you drive snow? I don't understand.
Are you drunk on salad, homie?
I don't speak homie. I don't know what that is.
No, I don't know what you are.
It's Dr. Bristle. It's Dr. Bristle with a voice changer.
Pacifist.
If you speak in vaguely, if you speak vaguely, I don't understand what the hell you're talking about. What's driving the snow? Well,
But what is driving?
atmospheric conditions? I mean, shut up. What kind of stupid question is that? I'm white. I'm white because I'm ethnically white. And I love my people. I love my race. No big deal. If you have a problem with it, then go cry about it, fool.
All right, I'm starting to get tired. Howard, are you even listening? What was in your salad?
He's a babbler.
What was in
Peppermint
your salad?
peppermint schnapps.
Doesn't matter.
You said no tuna.
No, I didn't put tuna in it. Doesn't matter.
So what did you put in it?
Get rid of this guy. Send him over to the
Okay,
African.
okay.
Do something with him.
I'll
I
take
know what was in. I want to know what was in the damn salad. I'm not going to let go of this. I need to know.
Hey, if you guys are gonna have a good conversation, man, I'll take off. It's no big deal, but I don't know what the hell he's talking about. I can't
Maybe
deal
he's
with
had
it.
too much Cialis. I don't know. What happened to you, Howard?
Juan D has absolutely filled my refrigerator with salad and green things and papaya salad and everything else. And then she left yesterday, and now I got a whole refrigerator full of salad. What the fuck?
I'm sorry.
Oh, you say it like it's a problem. I don't know. Whatever. Eat it.
I did.
All right. Can we move on? Can we go on to the next subject, which was retardation? I'm kidding.
Oh, well,
do we have
you know
anything
what?
else to talk about?
I'm going to go back to doing what I was doing. You go speak with this guy about that. Bye.
No, man. You can. Is he gonna leave?
Hey, I think he walked away to do something. But I'm still. I like talking to you. I think you're pretty interesting. I know some of the guys in here got. I don't know what they did.
That's all
They
good.
like to,
I understand.
troll and all
I'm
that.
sorry. Chauncey Gardner
Trolling them.
being there. Peter Sellers. Chauncey Gardner.
Oh, Being There.
That
Good
ring
movie.
a bell?
Yeah.
Ring a bell? You're
Yes.
you're doing Being There right on your show.
My bad. Good movie though. Watch it. Being There, starring Peter Sellers.
Okay,
Yes.
JP.
Yeah. What's up, man?
Yeah, if you have any questions for me, bro, I'm down to answer them. I feel like I've already answered his questions, but
I'm trying to think where to go with it. Let's see here. What was your first car you ever drove for yourself?
it was a.
I don't know. You don't have to answer if you don't want to. It's personal.
No, it's all good, man. It was a. I believe it was a 1987 Dodge Rabbit.
Nice. Okay. Mine was a, this is going to date me. It was a 1982 Buick Regal, and it was two-toned. On the top, it was tan, and on the bottom, it was a purple.
And I'll
And
bet you the back seat smelled like bubble gum and cum.
and my friends used to call it the PB&J machine because it definitely looked like one.
Yeah.
I think back on it, and that I wish I still had that car. Honestly, it was awesome, and I didn't appreciate it.
Were your parents too cheap to get you the Electra?
No, my my neighbor sold it to me for super cheap because he was like just cool. This old dude Perry, and he died, of course. But he was like 90 or something. He's like, I can't drive anymore. Yeah, gave me it for like really cheap, and so I was glad to have wheels at
I'll
16.
bet you the back of that car smelled worse than a New York taxi.
Oh! Were you? How old were you, by the way? Were you 16 when you got your license, or were you 18? Like I don't know anymore. Like what people do.
18 because I was in
Not you.
military school
I'm
for
talking
2
to
years.
Donnie.
Come on, this guy can't put a sentence together. He's
I,
I'm
being
asking
there.
you a question.
He's Chauncey Gardner.
You're being here too much. Stop. Jeez. All
I was 15 and a half is when you can get your license here in California. So I was 15 and a half.
Oh, that explains a lot. He's from
Nice.
California. Thank
Well,
you.
yeah, you get the temporary, right? It was like it's weird. You're right. 15. Actually, I failed my first effort though. I would have had my license at 15 and a half, but I freaking failed. I went too fast in a blind intersection. The guy's like, what's the speed limit in a blind intersection? And I said, 25. And he goes, turn around.
Yeah, no, I got, I think you had 9 strikes and then you would be failed, not nine, you had 12 strikes and then
And
you
then
would
what happens? They cut off your right foot so you can't drive anymore?
Oh, geez. Chill out.
Oh, I'm sorry. That must be in
How
Iraq.
old were you, Howard, when you had your
18.
18?
18.
Really? Okay.
How
That's
old were
kind of
you when you
late.
got your pilot certificate?
Well, I never did, but
Mhm.
I did buy later on in life. I bought a 1987 RX-7 from a pilot, and it was the best little car I ever had. Anyways, go ahead.
I dug my car out of the ground and it was a piece of crap.
Ask
And
JP how many times he ejaculated in the back of that Buick.
well,
Not your father's Buick, was it, JP?
I,
I
I
kind of,
I never ejaculated in the back seat of my first
I'm,
car
I'm,
because nobody wanted
I'm,
to have
I'm
sex with me.
sorry. I'm sorry, Donning. I actually want to answer that question. Can I
No,
answer it? Okay, it's really disturbing, but Howard, would you like to
Why is
rephrase?
hold on a second. Why is that disturbing, JP?
Um, it's a disturbing question, but go ahead and ask it again.
It is not a disturbing question. I had a first car I ever owned was a Subaru wagon, which I fucked in the back of lots.
Mm-hmm.
That's because I was going out with Margaret, and Margaret liked to fuck. She liked to fuck everywhere. Didn't
Wow.
matter where it
Okay.
was.
That's
Pull
wow.
over and fuck. I love
Okay.
Margaret.
Now we got it.
Did I tell
So
you I still talk? Did I tell you I still talk to Margaret all these years later?
such a cute
I,
story.
I don't know what's wrong with her. I've never met her.
Oh, I'm
It
sorry,
doesn't sound
Nikki.
right.
Howard had sex yesterday, so I hate to burst your bubble on that one, but
Was Mark? Somebody has a question here. Was Margaret blind?
Margaret was beautiful. Margaret was half Mexican and half Irish.
Nice. That's a good combination. That's a
It's
good
a
looking
fantastic combination.
combination for sure.
Well, just think of green eyes with all that Mexican attributes.
I used mine to
I'm
drive.
sorry. Was anybody talking with you? Did you get permission to speak?
I use my car to drive to work, and I never got laid.
Listen, you stick with that statement right there. I never got laid. I have no problem believing that.
Correct. It's a true statement. I never got laid.
Yeah.
So
Well, you didn't have a Buick like JP.
no, but I was one of the fastest baggers. And if you were going to the grocery store,
Wait a minute. You're a fast bagger. How fast can you bag?
I get it down, homie. I would really get it down. And when I got
So if
promoted,
I had a bag full of tea bags, how much of a tea bagger are you?
well, tea bags come in a box, so I just throw the box in the bag.
Well, not always. Sometimes tea bags come in a bag. They're just tea bags.
No, they don't. I don't know any tea bags that just come per bag. That doesn't happen. Not in California, anyway.
Right. Well, there's a lot of them come in a box. I've got Twining's Darjeeling tea. I'm making nice tea out of it. It's really good. So if I had about 50 boxes, how fast of a tea bagger could you be?
Oh, there was a way, not on bagging, but there was a
So
way
are
to
you
measure.
telling me you were one of the best tea baggers in this store?
I was one of the best cashiers in the store, and when I was a bagger, yes, I was one of the best baggers. I always
You're one of
strove
the best.
to,
You're one of the best tea baggers they had. I can imagine that.
yeah, yeah. I would say that I was one of the best tea baggers.
Donnie, yes. Yes, he's the best teabagger ever on Transparency and Merit as well. So can we move
I
on?
never had somebody come in with 50 tea bags, though. I would have thought maybe they own like a Chinese like
Oh,
restaurant.
there you go. That's racist. So you wouldn't think they were a bunch of British people with bad teeth.
Oh,
You think
now
they're a
I'm
bunch of,
racist.
you
You're
think they're a bunch of
anti-white.
chinks because you think they're a bunch of slant-eyed chinks because they've got tea bags.
So that must mean that I'm a slant-eyed chink because I have tea bags in my kitchen right now. All I'm saying
you?
is that
Are
I
you?
put my
You're
all
teabagging
into
too?
my work. And people used to single me out and come through my line because they knew that I get it done quick.
You were the best tea bagger. I understand.
Absolutely. You've been
I
talking
didn't
to
doubt it.
you've been talking to your mother. I understand.
I never doubted it.
Okay,
Yeah.
I promised myself the next time I heard a your mother joke, I was going to end the show. We're at an hour and a half. Do you have anything else to say? Howard, go ahead.
My mother.
Okay, perfect. Anything from you, Donning? I'm almost afraid to ask.
Well wishes all around. I hope everybody's
Oh,
well.
Donnie, come back, Donnie. Oh, Donnie, come back. I'm here in hell. They're coming for me, Donnie. Come and get me, Donnie. Save me, please, Donnie.
Thank you for the show, JP. I appreciate it. And good.
Oh, Donnie. We've got her here in hell, Donnie.
You sound just like your mother, and I will come for you. Don't worry.
Wow. 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 All right. Well, that's it for Transparency and Merit. That's it. Another one in the can.
That's it. In the shit can.
Yeah, shit can. Thanks for calling in, Don. And yeah, whatever. All right.
Yeah,
We're
that's
done.
right. Don't